I've been on dozens of cruise ships, and there are 10 things that I never forget when I board a cruise ship. I'm going to share that list with you right now. Let's get into it. Hey Senior Trippers, I'm Bobby Boomer. I'm the head tripper here at seniortrippers.com, and I've got a list of 10 things that I would not board a cruise ship without. If you're an experienced cruiser, you probably pack many of these things yourself, but if you're on your first, second, third, fourth, fifth cruise, whatever, you might learn a few things here. So let's get right into it. Number one, you need power in the room. Cruise ships are notorious for just having one or two plugs, and maybe one of those is in the bathroom. So I bring a couple things along with me. I always bring an extension cord with, this one has 3 plugs on the end, so I can plug it in, I can stretch it across the room, put it next to the bed, wherever. You might want to bring one of these. It's easy to go into the luggage. This is like 50 years old, but it's got 3 prongs on it, and you can take a 1 plug and turn it into 3. So I always bring that with me. Now make sure if you bring a power cord with it does not have a surge protector on it, because cruise ships will not let you join the cruise if you have that in your luggage, and they'll find it and they'll put it away, and you won't be able to get it back until the end of the cruise. The other thing you want to bring is a charging hub for all of your electronic devices. Cell phone, cameras, power blocks, fans, portable fans that run on USB. Between my wife and I, we have about 10 things we plug in. Now I bring camera gear and lights and things like that, but we still have about 10 plugs that we need, USB plugs. So we have multiples of these. I've forgotten them in the past, and it's painful, believe me. You don't want to forget these. Make sure when you bring them, you have all the cords for all your devices too. Just double check, put it on your list. Make sure you have all the cords. Alligator clips with a magnet on the back. The walls in the stateroom cabins are metal, steel, so you can snap these magnetic alligator clips right onto the wall. Hang a hat, hang the daily newsletter that they put on your bed every night, hang your papers, hang jewelry. Bring 4 or 5 of them, put them around the cabin. They come in very handy. Another thing I like to bring that you don't see on a lot of lists are binoculars. I use the binoculars all the time as we're coming into port, as we're at the dock, as we're leaving port. I'm out there on our balcony or up on top on a railing, just checking out the scenery, checking out where we're coming. Everybody always says, "Oh, great idea, I should have brought mine." Binoculars. Bring dollar bills for tips. Now, tips are included, but I like to have $1 bills in my pocket. If I get a little extra service, I toss out a couple bills. Maybe the bartender gets to know you. Give them a couple dollars. Now, they share in the tips when it's put on the bill at the end of the cruise. But if you give them $2, $3, $5, that goes in their pocket. So they really appreciate that. Another tip is to bring over-the-counter medicines with you. There's nothing worse than coming down with a cold or having some back pain or bursitis or something where you wish you had that medicine that you have at home that takes care of that. So put a couple of pills from all these over-the-counter things that you have in your medicine cabinet right now. Put them in your luggage, take them with you. I was in Germany one time. I wasn't on a cruise ship, but I was in Germany, and I was coming down with a cold. So I went to a drugstore to try and find some cold medicine. You know, that NyQuil stuff that helps me so much. Couldn't find it. Everything was in German. I had no idea if I was looking at face creams or pills or whatever. Finally, somebody felt sorry for me and they helped me. Anyways, we always bring some over-the-counter medicines. They're small, lightweight, don't take up a lot of room. Stick them in the luggage. Another thing we like to bring are lanyards to go around our neck. we hang our key cards on the lanyard. Now, we've forgotten a few times, and we had to buy them. They're like $6 or $7, and we felt stupid because we've got 15 of them over here. So bring a lanyard. Some people think it's kind of dorky to walk around with a lanyard and a key. I don't. I like it there. I hate reaching into my pocket constantly to pull it out. So bring lanyard. Another thing that you can do when you board is bring 2 bottles of wine. I think every cruise line allows this. I don't know that for a fact, but everyone I've been on allows it. So you can bring 2 bottles of wine, 1 for each adult in the room on boarding day. Now, if you have the beverage package, you don't need that, but if you don't and you're buying drinks, just remember you can bring 2 bottles of wine with you on boarding day. Another thing I always bring on a cruise ship with me is a power block. I love these things. This is a pretty big one. I have a lightweight one here. Of course, it's smaller, but this can power a couple of phones. This might power up 1 phone. But when you're out all day, maybe at a tour or something, and your camera dies or your phone dies, you'll be happy to have this. Make sure you bring a cord for it too. So my final tip is to download maps and tour guides to your cell phone. If you're going to a country you've never been before, there's so much information now on the internet that you can download maps of the downtown area, the port area. You can see where the restaurants are. You can look at their menus. Download all that. Take pictures of it. Put it on your phone. So when you get to Aruba or Jamaica or whatever, just look at your phone. It's going to remind you of where you wanted to go. You don't have to carry big maps and hold them up. Everything's right there on your phone. So that's my final tip. So these are my tips. They may not be your tips, but that's fine. I hope you learned something. If you like what you learned, if you like what we're doing here at Senior Trippers, please hit the subscribe button. We're going to be updating this channel 3, 4, maybe 5 times a week. And if there's any breaking news, we'll do that immediately. This is Bobby Boomer, head tripper at seniortrippers.com, signing off.